I remember arguing with her, but I finally was like, okay, people are already buying it. We've already made 14, 19,000 a month. Let me just put the videos in order, sell them as courses. So I literally get 3x5 index cards, write the title of the class, how long the class is, and I spread out all of these note cards. And I began to like put them, because at different times I taught different classes. Like one week I had an hour in the evening, so I would teach a class for an hour. But then there was a Saturday where I had 4 hours, so I would teach a class for 4 hours. So I put all the short videos together, the medium length videos together, and the long videos, and I created bronze, gold, and silver, bronze, silver, gold. I decided to price the bronze, which was crazy because I was actually selling each individual video for about $22. I decided to put a bunch of them together and sell them all for $27. It was a bronze package. I was like, this is a quick review of all the major tested topics, $27. And then silver, a deeper review of the materials, like as opposed to a 1 hour video, this is more like 2 hour videos. And then there was gold, which was the longest videos, most in-depth topics, all put together. And so I always wanted to be very accessible. One of the big things I found working at the corporate company was that people struggled with being able to afford what they needed to be able, people are like trying to get into a new job. So they either didn't have a job or they're in a low paying training job. And so I know that not everybody has a ton of money to just throw at, and they've already spent money on like a state approved course. I'm supplemental at this time. And I do remember having conversations with Christine, kind of arguing about, not really arguing, but like just really confirming, is this the price you're gonna offer everything at? And I said, yes, 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 is what feels right to me. 27, 57, 97, that's it. So I put it all together. Everything, the execution of it works out seamlessly. I'm like, where's all the technology problems now? None of them popped up. I was able to put everything together very quickly, very easily, and I switched websites that I was using to be able to put all these courses together.
It was because she just needed to show herself that she didn't need to work hard, and she didn't need to put in all of this additional work in order to really, blow up the way she needed to. And that was the lesson that she needed to learn. So that's the lesson that you get to learn.
I want to clarify, like, what had happened there was I wanted to believe that making money was easy. But I also had a belief that in order to sell courses, I need to make clean videos, which was not easy. It would not be easy to teach everything I needed to teach, making clean little videos. It would be a lot of work to make that happen. And so every technology issue I had was the universe's way of saying, turn around, this is the hard path, you don't want to go down here, it could be much easier than this. And once I embraced how easy it could be, it just flowed in. October was also the month that David and I found out we were pregnant. Now we wanted to be pregnant. We had actually hung a onesie over the bed, and in between the random classes I would teach and the few royal treatment clients, all we did was focus on baby making. And it was super fun. I was in such an amazing energy and space at that point. So then November rolls around, but November ended up being a very difficult month for me. I was moving from Vegas to Illinois. I was also attempting to move my adoptive daughter. A lot more of her trauma came up. I literally did nothing in the month of November related to my business other than allow the courses to sell themselves. So I wasn't on Facebook, I wasn't on YouTube. I kind of dipped out personally, but I still made $17,000. So that was epic. Once I got home, got moved, and it was in a better space. And what was also so magical about the month of November, when I switched the website provider, the way that I was doing courses, we were making all of this money selling the bundles, the 27, 57, 97, but in the switching of the websites, the money stopped coming to my bank account. There was something I needed to fix that I didn't quite know what it was. And it was a simple thing, but I didn't know that I needed to do it. And so for a while, like it usually tells you like money will deposit into your account on such and such date. And it was pushed out like a week more than normal. And I was like, okay, I guess it's because we switched websites, gotta wait. So then we get to the week, and then the day that it says it's scheduled to send, it pushes it out again. And I was like, oh, why isn't my money coming? What is happening? What do I need to do? David and I are also in an Airbnb. Like our story, Our story is a whole documentary on its own. But when I met him, he owned a house that he was renting out, and he was living in basically what could have been labeled an abandoned house, warehouse, storage room that needed to be completely remodeled, and his friend let him live there, and he was remodeling it as he lived there. But not a lot of work had been done yet. And I remember coming to where he lived and hanging out with him, and there was like mice poop on the bed, and I'm like, oh my God. There was no running water. Like none of that changed like how I felt about David. Like I know some people are like, if a man don't have a house and a car and all this, like I don't even want him. I was like, I don't care about those things. I care about the person that he is. And we ended up staying at a hotel for the rest of the time that I was there because I didn't want to live in the mouse poop room. So anyway, we had gotten into an Airbnb, and it was at the Airbnb where I had put the courses together, where we found out where we got pregnant, found out we were pregnant on Lake Sarah of all places. It was coming up to the end of being at the Airbnb, and it was like we either renew the Airbnb or we go find somewhere else to live. In the midst of that, I no longer have access to my money. So the Airbnb is like $4,000 a month. We don't have that available to us. And this is a testament to who David is and how much he loves me and our relationship, and he's not in any way about the money. Is he went and found a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom little house near his grandma's house, and it was $350 a month rent that he could pay for with his military disability check.
We were at an Airbnb. We needed to find a place, you know. She definitely wanted to stay in this area because, I mean, it's where I come from. That's, you know, it's great. Illinois sucks in the aspect of politics, but everything else I feel is okay. I like to hunt. I like the outdoors. You know, I like to fish. You know, I think it's okay. There's probably other states that are better, especially for a vet. My thinking was, you know, if something happens, you know, the business don't work out with this 1-bedroom, I can take over paying with payments or whatever with what I get from the VA, which really isn't much, but I can manage to make that work in that 1-bedroom.
He was like, if you can't bring in the money, I will bring in the money, and I will make sure we have a place to live, that we are not homeless, and you will be taken care of for, you will be provided for. If rent is only $350, I could buy our food. You don't need to ever bring in another penny. I will take care of us. And that was how he felt. That was his mindset. And I'm like, I freaking love this man.
In my mind, I'm the sole person that can make it change. I feel as if it all goes down, I'm the one that has to pick everything up.
November rolls around. I'm not involved in November. I was handling my personal life. December comes back in, $25,000, $23,000 that month in December. So things are moving along. Business is continuing to grow and grow. I'm not doing much anything different. There were actually a few months where I had gotten so busy that I didn't even post videos on YouTube, but because people were constantly searching me anyway. And I also had gotten monetized somewhere in July. So I now started making money on YouTube as well. So YouTube is making money. YouTube is my main source of where people find me on. I continue to just post videos on YouTube, schedule some classes, sell the bundles. And this is how I was just running my business. It began to become quite a lot for me to handle around May and, no, March, sorry. Oh goodness. Do you have a poops? I think you have a poops. Come here. You have a stink. Oh. Look. That is a stinky stink. All right, we're going to pause for a minute.